In the dead of night, an ominous shadow loomed over the horizon. What appeared at first as a trick of the eyes soon revealed itself to be an armada of fighter jets advancing rapidly from the east. Their destination? A crucial US military base in the Middle East. Within moments, hell descended from above as precision missiles rained down, and in one fell swoop, Russia and Iran had delivered a shockingly coordinated attack that threatens to upend the entire region. Russia and Iran have shockingly teamed up, unleashing a meticulously coordinated strike near a US military base situated in the proximity of Israel. This audacious act of aggression has rippled through the international landscape, sparking concerns about the mounting tensions in the Middle East and the ominous potential for a more extensive conflict. In this piece, we'll navigate through the intricate details of this daring attack, unravel the motivation steering it, and dissect the far-reaching implications it holds for both regional and global security. The assault unfolded during the early hours of a crisp morning in the Middle East, catching most military personnel off guard as they lay snug in their barracks. The strategically positioned US military base, a focal point of regional tensions for years, had been established as part of a broader US strategy to maintain a robust presence in the region, monitor unfolding developments, and secure allies, especially Israel. In a choreographed display of firepower, Russian and Iranian fighter jets streaked across the sky during the initial onslaught. Precision-guided missiles targeted critical infrastructure surrounding the US base, hitting fuel depots, radar installations, and communication centers. The devastating result severely incapacitated the base, rendering it unable to mount an effective response. The attacker's swiftness and seamless coordination left the defenders bewildered. To comprehend the gravity of the situation, it's crucial to understand the motivations driving the audacious assault. Both Russia and Iran hold deep-seated grievances against the United States, exacerbated by intricate geopolitical developments over time. These grievances have intensified due to the enduring US presence in the Middle East. Iran, with a fervent desire for increased influence in the Middle East, views the presence of US military bases in the region as a direct challenge to its regional aspirations, especially in countries like Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. Through this audacious attack on a US military base, Iran sends a resounding message that foreign interference in its sphere of influence will not be tolerated. The Middle East has long been a battleground for proxy conflicts among major powers. Both Russia and Iran have supported various proxy groups and governments in the region, often conflicting with American interests. These proxy conflicts, driven by economic interests in the region's rich oil and gas resources critical for global energy security, have heightened tensions and the potential for direct confrontation. The disruptive presence of US military bases has, at times, jeopardized these economic interests, leading to increased tensions. Facing international isolation and sanctions due to actions in Ukraine, Syria, and their nuclear program, Russia and Iran may see this attack as a strategic move to reshape the international narrative and regain global leverage. The ramifications of the assault on the US military base near Israel reach beyond the immediate incident, significantly elevating the risk of further escalation in an already volatile region. Anticipating a response from the United States, a direct military confrontation between these global powers looms, promising catastrophic consequences for the entire region. The incident strains regional alliances, placing Israel, a close US ally, in a precarious position. Responses from other regional actors, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, will shape future alliances. As tensions escalate, concerns mount about the impact on civilian populations caught in the crossfire, adding to the region's tumultuous history of conflict. The escalating crisis in the Middle East not only intensifies human suffering, but also poses a grave threat to global instability. Any further escalation would exacerbate the already dire humanitarian crisis in the region. Given the Middle East's pivotal role in global energy markets, disturbances could lead to soaring oil prices and worldwide energy supply concerns, impacting economies and industries on a global scale. Swift international condemnation followed the attack, prompting the United Nations Security Council to convene an emergency session. Member states expressed deep concern, calling for restraint on all sides. Diplomatic efforts are actively underway to mediate between the involved parties and prevent further escalation. The United States, in response, is yet to disclose its course of action. President-elect Samantha Anderson condemned the attack, vowing to protect American interests and allies. The incoming administration faces a challenging foreign policy situation, requiring a delicate balance between deterrence and de-escalation. Conversely, Russia and Iran have shown little remorse. President Vladimir Putin defended the attack, labeling it necessary to protect Russian interests. Iranian leaders echoed similar sentiments, framing it as a response to American aggression in the Middle East. Complicating the aftermath is the role of various independent proxy groups in the region, historically supported by Russia and Iran. Some of these groups may have been involved in planning or executing the attack, making it challenging to assign direct responsibility to state actors and further complicating accountability. In today's interconnected world, the specter of cyber warfare adds complexity to any military conflict. As tensions rise after the attack near Israel, the rise of cyber attacks on critical infrastructure becomes a pressing concern, showcasing how warfare extends beyond physical confrontations alone. The escalating cyber threats adds a layer of complexity to the situation, as both Russia and Iran have showcased sophisticated cyber capabilities in previous instances, targeting governments, corporations, and critical infrastructure. A cyber offensive amid a military crisis could have devastating consequences, further intensifying the impact of the ongoing conflict. Understanding the full ramifications of the attack near Israel requires delving into the intricate geopolitics that have entwined the Middle East for decades. The region has been a focal point for global power struggles, religious conflicts, and ethnic tensions, with the attack serving as a manifestation of these multifaceted dynamics. Religious and ethnic factors significantly shape the Middle East's volatile landscape. Iran, predominantly Shiite, seeks to expand its influence over Shiite communities in Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon, putting it in conflict with Sunni-majority states like Saudi Arabia. The attack on the U.S. base near Israel has the potential to escalate these sectarian divisions, drawing in more regional players and complicating efforts to find a peaceful resolution. Described as a geopolitical chessboard, the Middle East witnesses a constant interplay of global powers' interests. The United States and Russia, engaged in a long-standing rivalry, have been vying for influence in the region for decades. This attack marks a direct confrontation between these superpowers, potentially ushering in a new chapter in their geopolitical competition. China, too, closely monitors the situation, seeking to expand its economic and political influence in the Middle East. The attack on the U.S. base has strained the delicate balance of alliances in the region, adding further complexity to an already intricate geopolitical landscape. The aggression of Russia and Iran has undoubtedly sparked alarm in Israel, a crucial U.S. ally, while traditional U.S. allies in the Arab world, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, grapple with a delicate balance between concerns about Iranian expansionism and their economic ties with Russia and China. Looking beyond immediate consequences, the attack on the U.S. base near Israel prompts contemplation about the future of international relations and the efficacy of diplomacy in times of crisis. The international community faces the formidable challenge of preventing further escalation while addressing the underlying issues fueling this conflict. Diplomacy remains paramount in resolving the crisis. Led by the United Nations and key regional actors, the international community must tirelessly work to broker a ceasefire and engage all involved parties in constructive dialogue. A robust diplomatic initiative is needed to address the grievances of all parties. As the crisis unfolds, concerns mount about the impact on civilian populations in the region. The Middle East has already endured conflict, displacement, and humanitarian crises. Any escalation would exacerbate these conditions, leading to more suffering and displacement. The international community must be prepared to respond to the humanitarian fallout and assist those in need. The attack on the US military base near Israel by Russia and Iran has set the stage for a potentially catastrophic escalation in the already turbulent Middle East. Thank you for staying with us till the end. Please show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future updates.